Hello everybody, Tom Horvath here from CSI. We're going to do something completely different today. I'm getting a little bit more used to these cameras and how they work and what I can do in telling the story. So I hope it comes through that way. This is totally different, learning this side of the business. But I really do have a story, and it is, it's a story that, just being in the auto body trade. I think the whole thing, when you learn how to block sand or learn how to buff, or, for me in Ohio, we had to sandblast all the rust. Everything was something new. Everything was something, and everything had so many challenges. Learning how to paint a car, that had a lot of challenges. Something that I thought would be easy, and it would take years to really get comfortable. And then having people watch while you're painting a car, they're watching you. If you're a painter, you know what I'm talking about. At first you're nervous, like, am I doing it right? And then it's like, you know what, I got this, candy, whatever, didn't matter. You've got it, you know what you're doing, you don't need any help. And I'm not there with these cameras. That is not where I am. But I still have a story. I do have a story. And, the auto body trade has given me this ability to do this. And I'm glad that, you guys are coming along for the ride. I have my laptop in front of me to control the cameras. Let me see if it says we're up on Facebook, but I want to make sure. Okay, it looks like we are. Control the cameras. I got to turn this down. It says we're up on. All right, so newest comments. All right, I don't see any comments yet, but I'm here for you if you do have questions, and I will look at that. I like this idea of it being live. One, it's not fake. I mean, if I make a mistake, if I do something wrong, if I drop something, it's going to be right here. This is a real deal. So today, I really wanted to go through some of the things that I've spoken about before. Maybe I've kind of glazed over on these things, and I want to, make sure that everybody understands why CSI only has 5 products in the whole automotive line. I've got a Recaro seat here, full leather Recaro seat. In the 80s, I was the Recaro seat dealer for Orange County, California, and we had a showroom. And this is one of the seats. It's a really, really nice seat. Full electric, heated, power, everything. So in the day, it was the most expensive seat that you could buy, and it's just one of the seats I had left over that I've kept, and it's got to be 30 years old, and it's perfect. It's brand new. I just never put it in a car. But I want to go over how our products work, not only on leather, but on glass, and how you can make these products do what you want once you understand, what each one of these products can do. The ceramic polish, I hope I've explained that. We're not going to do any ceramic polish today, and we're not going to do any D1, but we are going to go over more thoroughly the Q7 detailer, the new tire lotion, and the Q7 wax. We're going to go over those 3 products. This morning, I was picking up some things for this video, and I guarantee you, nobody doing wax and polish videos has ever done this on camera. But I hope it comes off okay. I hope this experiment comes off okay. It's only going to take about a minute to do, but I'm going to show you how to make an emulsion and why emulsion technology is what changed the game. I came out with System 1 in 1998, So in 1998, we were bringing emulsion technology to the market, to the auto body market, to, that would be the difference between our product and all the other products that were out there that weren't emulsion technology. What does that mean? Well, when you build an emulsion, you put everything together like a skincare product, and it's nice and creamy. When you're not using emulsion technology, you have separation. Now, the trade was full, and still is full, of products that are not emulsified. They separate. They're completely two different products, and the manufacturer says to shake them up. I mean, that's what they told us to do. Just shake them up. And you know what? They work when you shake them up. But are they really working as well as an emulsified? And the answer is no, they are not. So if they're heavy on silicone, if they're heavy on carnauba, if they're heavy on surfactant, you don't know. You don't know what you're really getting. So I want to show you a simple experiment on how to build a proper emulsion. And then I'm going to show you our products. I've got them laid out over here next to the Recaro seat, and they've been sitting there all morning in an open container, and they're not separating at all. And then we're going to do some demonstrating on the seat and on the glass behind here. I did want to mention all these models. We're in a different room today at CSI. This is a different set of models. I have a lot of models. I do have a lot of models. And a lot of people have asked me about them. And I want to give credit to a very good friend of mine, a buddy, who I would get all these models from. His name is Jeff Williams, but his dad was one of my oldest customers. So for the last 40 years, I had taken care of his car collection, Panteras, real Cobras. We did many restorations. We did the restoration on the Cobra. We did the restoration on the Pantera, 70 Shelby Mustang, a 65 Shelby Mustang, all cars that we got to do. So, during that time period, he would be the collector of all of these models. And I want to just show you some pictures here. I don't know if I can get, let's see if I can get into, there's a bunch of helmets here that, let's see if they come up. Okay, so these are, I have a bunch of helmets. I have a full line of helmets here. This one was signed by Danny Sullivan, and it has every IndyCar winner from, I think, 1965 until 2008, I believe. These are the details on some of these GMP models, and there are a lot of models. There are tons and tons of models. And they're just fun to look at. I got to do a video with Larry Wood. I hope you got to watch that. It was very interesting for me. And I just wanted to show you all, these models and, what a man who is so passionate about cars, and I would be lucky enough to somehow end up with his collection. We have a full library of books from, way back when in Cobras and, 4 days in the 60s. Just full collection of that stuff. So I'm really, really happy with that. So I just wanted to give, Jeff Williams, who was the son who would have the collection after Bud Williams, who was my customer after he passed away, and just want to give credit to him for that. Now, this morning, I went over to Walmart, and I just took some pictures of all of these products. Now, for me in the auto body trade, if I had to look at all these products, and I did, and somebody were to say to me, let's see here, how do I go back to cameras? Cameras, okay. So Okay. Sorry, guys. I am working this out. Got to turn buttons off to get out of this program. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. All right, so I'm back on this camera right here, and I want to talk about what I believe is massive confusion for this industry. When we set out to, make CSI, it wasn't to make pretty labels. It wasn't to, go after retail. We sell to retail, through our websites and stuff. But it was to say to the industry, you don't need all these products. You absolutely don't need all these products. I guess, the biggest reason when I'm, looking at all these products over there, you look at chemical guys and they got 14 products that are 14 different colors and, they do 14 different things and they look like water. Well, probably is. That's probably what it is. Yeah, it'll do what water will do, maybe a little bit more than that, but you can't really, if it's clear, you can't build an emulsion out of that to do numerous things. But once you emulsify the product, and I'm going to go over to the other camera here, and I want to show you on camera what these look like, what our products look like emulsified. So let's see, now we get over here, and I am going to go to, which camera is that? Oh, that's a pretty good camera right there. I don't think, that camera's got to work right there. So I put that down, that controls these cameras. So if I look at Q7 Detailer, this is what it looks like in a glass jar. There's no separation at all, nothing there. It's staying together. And it has 14 different products in that product. When I look at new tire lotion, again, a lot thicker, but fully emulsified. It's nice and thick. It does what it's supposed to do. And then Q7 wax. Obviously it has wax in it, but it's nice and thick, and there's no separation to that product at all. Now I want to show you something on how we all cleaned windows. This is basic glass cleaner. We got a lot of glass here. You spray it on the window, you wipe it off, and it's squeaky clean. It is. It actually, you can feel the drag. This is pure alcohol. This one is, this is pure alcohol. So now, when I feel the window, it's got a lot of drag on it. And in the auto body industry, when you clean windows and you strip them completely clean, it's hard to sell that window. It's hard to sell that to a customer as being clean. It's really, really hard because it shows every defect in that glass. There's nothing on there. And what I compare that to, and I think I can relate this to guys in the trade, what if I took a car and I painted it, and I buffed it, and I washed it, and I delivered it? What's that going to look like? It's going to have every mark, every towel scratch. It's going to have everything that you can see. And when a customer wants his windows completely clean, glare-free, alcohol doesn't work. Alcohol just does not work. It leaves it like a paint finish would without, putting a quick detailer on or a wax. Or, we all know what the ceramic business is doing, right? That's a coating you put on top of the paint. That's, basic emulsions, it's real simple technology, and we do have a full line of ceramics coming out. But we just want to make sure it's totally safe for the auto body industry. So those are the tests we're doing. We're not going to come out with it until it's totally all right for the auto body industry. So we've been working on it for a while now. But with our emulsion, we're going to, we have added this ceramic, and so far, it's unbelievable. It is. But it is a coating. If I strip that coating off, it's not going to look the same. You're not going to have the same effect. Now, I want you to watch what I'm going to do, and it's going to be hard to see here, but here I've got a lot of drag on this glass. I've got a lot of drag right here. Now, by using Q7 Detailer, that is this product right here. It has a whole bunch of stuff. You can see it's a little bit cloudy when you put it together, but that's just the emulsion. That's not something that's going to be cloudy. Now you spray it on the window. You use a clean microfiber towel. I just used that one in alcohol. I don't want to use another one. Now, and I wipe that off. And it looks, in here, it looks perfect. And it's got a super, super slick feeling to, this window. But what I found with Q7 Detailer, because it's so concentrated, that now, it's super slick. It's got a coating on the glass. That's going to cover all the marks and any defect that's in that window for delivery. But what I found, what works really good, is just hit it with just plain water. Just use water in a bottle. Just use a little bit of water and a new microfiber towel, just to dilute out that coating, just a little tiny bit. The nanostructure of that product will stay totally 100% on that glass. And these windows, I don't believe they're beatable. I don't believe that you can beat the finish on glass with Q7 Detailer and a little bit of water. So now, we've answered a problem that most detailers can't do because they're not fully emulsified. They have a lot of grease in them, a lot of oil, and that's not in the emulsion. And when I show you how an emulsion is made, it's going to look simple, but it's not simple. It takes some special tools. It takes big equipment to do this in a manufacturing facility where we do that. This is how we make this product. This is how these products are designed. So Q7 Detailer, and I'm going to go over here to the seat, and we're going to use it on the seat, the Q7 Detailer, for leather, right on top of the leather. And this works on vinyl. We just saw it on glass, and it works perfect. It works absolutely perfect on glass. So now by, these 5 products start to stretch out. Where we looked at all those products at Walmart, there must have been, 200 or 300 different products there. And it's scary to think if I have a body shop or a detailing facility, I got to buy all that stuff? I got to go spend money on all that stuff? Well, if it's water-based, it doesn't last forever. We guarantee our products for a year. But they have preservatives in them to make them go a lot longer than that. We don't want you to freeze them, because if you do freeze them, you could break this emulsion. So keep them, inside, keep them from freezing, keep them from getting too hot. But that's true with, any good product, anything, any skincare product. You just don't want that to happen. So let me show you on the seat over here. Let me get this camera. All right, so now let's see if I can get to a better, all right, I can go to this one right here. All right, so now I'm on that camera. Now you spray this directly on the seat. The nice part about it, and I'll tell you something that happened in my shop, and I had talked about this. We did, we were an exotic car restoration shop. That meant we did collision work too. So now let me see if, okay. So you're not really going to see it. You're not going to see what this looks like, but it feels really good. The problem with leather, and especially if a customer is used to how leather feels, when you get hot, you get a little bit of sweat, you start to stick to that seat. Well, some people really like that. They don't want that to go away. If you put Armor All on this seat, I guarantee this customer is going to be upset. He is going to be 100% upset. It's too greasy. And it's, as far as I know, I don't know. I mean, I never tried it. Nobody ever told me to try it, to spray water on it if I did put Armor All on it, to loosen up the surface tension. But I want to tell you, with our products, if Q7 detailer, if you know, you wanted a different look and a different feel, this doesn't change anything. This gives you exactly what, you know, the seat is. But if you wanted to get a little bit richer shine in there, you can go to New Tire Lotion. And we did a video on this. This works on plastic trim. It works on leather also. So now you spray it right on the seat. Now this is going to change the surface tension, but it's going to dry. It's not going to be greasy. Now you spray that on, and you're going to get a lot more shine, and it dries. It goes totally inside of the seat. It looks like we sprayed lanolin on there and treated the leather. But you have to make sure that's what the customer wants, because he's not going to stick to this seat like he used to. So you have to kind of educate the customer on what he wants to do, or, you know, test it in the shop. So by using, let's see if I go back to this other camera here. All right, we go back to that camera. So by using this product that's a lot thicker, you know, the New Tire Lotion, I'm able to get a completely different product on leather. And again, this works on vinyl, it works on plastic trim, it works on everything that, you know, every kind of surface. And that's why we can get away with only having 5 different products. So now we're going to do the experiment. I want to show you how CSI became CSI. Actually, it all came from System 1, this technology. And this is a nanostructured product. All of our products have the same base in it. The wax, the polish, the D1, everything that we have has the exact same base formula. And then we change it to do what we want it to do within a range, and then having these products cross completely over. So the wax will cross over into New Tire Lotion, and the New Tire Lotion will cross over into Q7. And in any way you want to put it too. So you can put Q7 detailer and Q7 wax together. Just depends on what you want to do. You do not need any more than these 5 products because of that simple emulsion. So what we're going to make here is, you know, this is what we learned in, I went back to night school at a college, Cal Poly. And I was, you know, I was 36 years old when I jumped back into school because I wanted to learn how to make skincare products. I really liked the way skincare products worked. And they said that they could show me. They could show me how to do that. Well, I had never played with the equipment that it takes to do that. They have, you know, a whole department with every kind of equipment that you would ever want. So I want to show you something that I learned there, which then would trigger lots of other things in my brain. And it was just like the auto body trade. You know, when we're learning the trade and somebody shows you a cheap spray gun, and then somebody shows you, you know, an Iwata spray gun. It's like, oh, wow, I never knew there could be that much difference in a spray gun, you know. So I want to show you what I learned on making a product that we all use all the time, and it's mayonnaise. How is mayonnaise made? It's simple when you look at the ingredients: oil, an egg, and then you have to use a little bit of salt and a little bit of acid, which is lemon juice. So by intermixing, you know, a simple formula, and you can look up the formula, it's, you know, all over the internet, and you use the right equipment. If you use the wrong equipment, you're going to get separation. And would be nothing worse than picking up a jar of mayonnaise and having oil pour out of it. But I'm going to show you in just a couple minutes how to make mayonnaise and what a proper emulsion looks like. So I hope this works. I hope this works. And I guarantee you, you probably never saw another wax and polish video on making mayonnaise or why even you would show mayonnaise. But I think once you see it, you'll understand the difference between how CSI was created and all the other products that were there that were separating, that we were being told, compounds that were separating. There's oil floating to the top. And we go to use it and wow, it doesn't work the same. Why is that? Well, you didn't shake it enough. What? I gotta tell my guys to shake this stuff now? I'm buying this stuff. Why do I gotta do all this stuff? But there was always excuses for everything on why I was getting swirl marks. I mean, just excuse after excuse. So let's go into how this works. Let me see if Robert Greer's calling me. I'm hoping there's not a problem with our audio and stuff. Bob, if you are calling me, I am live right now. So, okay, so let's see here. All right. It looks like everything is working. I'm seeing a lot of guys. JR, how you doing? John Sutton, how you doing, John? Tim Edwards, Floyd, Kindheart, thanks for joining in, guys. So now we're going to make this emulsion. And I hope you are hearing me. Make a comment if you could and just let me know that everything, okay, love these videos. This is Jake, learning more in-depth information. Okay, good. So it looks like everything is working. This isn't something, where, I go back to edit and if I messed up the audio, I have to reshoot it. No, man, we're winging it. We are totally winging it. And this is a cool video. This I think you'll really like this. So basic egg. Let's see if camera's coming through on me. Let me see if I get to a better picture. All right, so I think this one will be better. So now we're going to go to this camera. All right, so which camera? Okay, we're over here on this camera. So the cameras light up, and then I can look at the camera and show you guys. This is an egg. Crack the egg. And then you have to add the exact amount of everything. Not really. Mayonnaise is really simple to use. A little bit of salt. A little bit of lemon juice. This is the acid. That's going to help to emulsify everything. And then, now I use really good oil when I make mayonnaise. You don't have to use avocado oil. You can use some kind of cheap oil. But again, if we're making good products, why don't you use good products? I mean, if you're making something you want to eat, put something good in there. You don't have to use, nasty oils. This is a good oil. So with one egg, you want 3/4 cup of oil. So that's what that looks like. So that's totally unemulsified. You let everything set for a minute because everything needs to start doing what it does. Just for a second. It doesn't take long. Move that over there. Let's see if... All right. Nobody's asking any questions. Okay, cool. So now this is the mixer. And this looks a lot like the mixers that we use. This is how it's done. This is how you build an emulsion. You stick this in here. Okay, it's blending from the bottom. I hope you guys can see this. All right, so it's starting to come up now. Now I pull the wand up. Now we go up and down. This is totally emulsifying now. And we are making mayonnaise. A nice, tight emulsion. So much fun doing this stuff. Okay. Now, look at that. It's like whipped cream. It's totally, and it tastes awesome. This stuff tastes great. There's no oil coming out of this thing. You know, nothing is separating. Everything looks nice and tight. Now, in what we do, it takes a lot more work to do what we do because we're hooking a lot of chemicals that want to fight against each other. But when you take basic chemistry and you start to build things, the vinegar and a little bit of salt, and then the oil in the egg, that chemistry makes mayonnaise. That is emulsion technology. This will be the best mayonnaise you've ever had. It doesn't have any preservatives in it, so it's not going to last long. But if you're having a party and you want to do something that's different, put a little bit of salt and pepper in that, and you could put a little bit of mustard too. That kind of changes the taste. You don't want to make it too different than what we're used to, but you can experiment there and make it taste better than normal mayonnaise. But you got to be careful. You don't want to go overboard with it. So I wanted to show you guys, what was different about CSI. Why CSI says you don't need 50 products. You don't. You don't need. Let's see if we go to a different camera. All right, this one. I think this one is right there. You don't need 50 different products to do what you're doing. You just get in, learn to use, how far you can go with Q7 detailer. It works great on the outside of a car. It works in direct sun. The new tire lotion, we did the tires. It's unbelievable on tires if you do it right. If you clean the tire, you got to clean it really good first. Use Simple Green or some kind of cleaner, and then you get all that old garbage off of the tire, and then give new tire lotion a place to stick and to dry into, and it lasts for a long, long time. It looks really, really nice. The Q7 wax, you can use Q7 wax on the seat too. We used to do that. That was before I had Q7 detailer. I didn't feel like we needed to go into Q7 detailer, and it was tough adding something to our line. We were happy with System 1. We had the polish and we had Q7 wax, and I used Q7 wax on leather, and it works great. The Carnauba helps to preserve the leather. It doesn't turn it white, doesn't do anything weird, because again, we're working with nice emulsions where it's able, you're not getting any separation. It's not, if you're looking at a product that's separated and you put straight solvent, because our products have solvent in them, but once they're emulsified, it's like this mayonnaise. We're not eating egg by itself. We're not eating oil that would be gross. If I was eating avocado oil by itself, that'd be nasty. And I'm not eating salt by itself. I'm not eating lemon juice by itself. It's the combination of the emulsion that makes it taste so well. The same with these products, not in the taste version, but they're able to stretch out. They're able to do things that other products just can't do because they don't have that technology in them. So I just wanted to, kind of really reinforce that you absolutely do not need any more than these 5 products. Next week, I hope, we're going to do something really different. We're going to go live in a setting, and I haven't done this yet, but we're going to take Wi-Fi mobile. All this stuff is happening with Wi-Fi. All the cameras are connected Wi-Fi, the laptop, my phone, everything's connected, and I, control it all from this iPad. But we just purchased a mobile hotspot to take all of this equipment wherever we want. And I've, called a couple people and set that up. We haven't tried it yet. So, everybody says it's going to work fine. But I just got to make sure that these things aren't pulling too much to make the Wi-Fi do what we want. And but if it works, this will be going right into a body shop. Maybe they've heard of us, maybe they haven't heard of us. You'll hear the pushback. Oh, one product, that stuff doesn't work. And, I would give the same spiel that I always give. I guarantee you that this will blow away every multi-product system that you have in this shop, in cutting and in finishing. Oh, no way. And the body shop owners, they get just like me. All right, I'll give you 5 minutes. And they give me 5 minutes. 2 hours later, after they're asking all the questions on how it did that and how it did this and this is the best stuff, that's what you're going to hear. I want you to hear the drama. This is so much fun for me. Get to travel all over the country and go in body shops that I grew up in, and they look like body shops I grew up in, and some of the body shops where body shops are going now, they're awesome. Multi-million-dollar a month facilities delivering 35 cars a day. They are machines, and they have to be efficient, but they still struggle with the whole buffing process. So once we solve the buffing process and we write SOPs for them and do foam core boards, then they want to see, okay, what else you got? Why would I use your quick detailer rather than the quick detailer that I'm using, or the wax that I'm using, or the Ceram-X spray, or whatever? And we go get an opportunity to talk all about these things. So I want to see if anybody's got any questions here. Looks like we got, a few people. Detailer works nice on floor mats. Okay. Hans is saying the detailer works nice on floor mats. So you want to clean up the floor mat. Nothing worse than, putting something greasy on a floor mat. The customer gets in his car and slip, he puts a big mark on there. No, that's not going to happen with our product. The Q7 detailer on a floor mat, and thank you, Hans, for mentioning that. Spray it on the floor mat. It'll clean it. It'll make it look natural, but it'll be it'll look like you detailed it. You detailed his floor mat. And I think that anybody, I have a detailer come here, wash my car every week, and I just like getting in the car and having it vacuumed, having, things dusted. I don't have time to do it, and he's, that's what he does. I just love it. It's like having my clothes cleaned. It's just a nice service, and I don't mind paying for it either, So, when we can offer customers something a little bit different, it becomes something that we can sell to them. Michelle Rowe. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for joining in. She said, everyone I send samples to, they are hooked. Michelle, I gave her some 2-ounce samples, and she does such a great job at telling everybody about CSI. If you know her, get a 2-ounce sample. If she needs more, she knows where to get them. I'll make sure she gets whatever she needs. Thanks for joining in. JR, I love the Q7 for various detailer reasons. It also smells very delightful too. All right, JR. So that was one of the things, you go to marketing classes and, they talk about, why smell is really important. I see people put smell in compound. I'm like, no. I use way too much of our polish when I'm buffing a car to make it smell good. Because then I stink. I smell like tutti frutti, whatever that stuff is. I do not want any smell in our polishes. None, zero. But, like JR is saying, the Q7 products, Q7 detailer. So, we build all these things at Ellis Paint. We had a big boardroom and a bunch of people sitting around, and, Ellis Paint was a big paint manufacturer. And Bob Berg was my partner in helping me, get this off the ground. And I didn't have a Q7 detailer. And, once we got the emulsion to work and stay together, because when you have a thin emulsion, it is harder to keep it together. It's hard to keep an emulsion together. But now we were going to work on the smell. So what was one of the smells that I remembered as a boy that I really, really, really liked? It put a smile on my face every time I smelled it. And that was Topps baseball card, the bubblegum smell. It's a little bit cardboardy. It doesn't smell exactly like Bazooka, but it was a good smell. So when I opened a Topps baseball card and chewed that gum and smelled that smell, I'm like, oh, that is the smell that I want to put. So go in the lab and put a bunch of things together and take different things and do this and build a formula just for that smell. So the next time you smell Q7 Detailer, tell me if it smells like Topps baseball card bubblegum. It's got that little tiny bit of cardboard smell to it, but it smells really, really good. It's got a good smell to it. So thanks for mentioning that, JR. There was a reason for that. Our new tire lotion, I mentioned this in another video, that smells like black licorice. So, I'm like, no, I only want that to smell like black licorice, because whether I like black licorice or not, which I do like it, because some people tell me they don't like it, but I ask them, when you smell that smell, do you remember shiny or dull? It's always shiny. Black licorice is shiny. So you want that smell to relate to something that will, strike up a memory that when they're using these products, there's a thought that went behind these basic 5 products. So let's see if anybody else, Michelle, thanks Michelle, she's got some hearts in there. Floor mats, I'm trying to see guys if there's, this is so good to know when I talk about it. Yeah, cool, that's great, Hans. Yeah, I want you guys educated too. This isn't just, I had a body shop. I had no intention on getting, selling my body shop. These products were going to be for my guys because, this was a headache for me. I didn't want them coming in the office no more screaming at me, or a customer screaming at me because there's swirl marks in a car. And I could not get any product to do it over and over and over again to give me a deliverable finish. But I believe with this simple system, we can deliver every single solitary time. And it is different. Let's see, Jake. Okay, Jake, love the videos. Thank you, Jake. Thanks for joining in. So it doesn't look like anybody's got any questions. Looks like, this is working. I hope that the video picked up, building an emulsion, eggs and avocado oil, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of lemon juice. We are, we had, coming out of COVID, 4th of July, we had a big party here. We're going to have another big party here. We had a lot of people. I love to cook. I love to barbecue. And, for that party, we had barbecues going. We had those pellet barbecues, cooking hors d'oeuvres and stuff. But we had a, food truck here and had tacos and stuff. So definitely want to do that again. And, as we do those things here at CSI, we'll, invite you. If you want to come down, we're right across from Disneyland. And, we don't have to talk about cars. We don't have to talk about polish. You can look at the models. You can just hang out. I've got bicycles everywhere, hanging off the rafters in here. We can talk about, those kind of things. Just want to hang out, If you want to talk about emulsification and all this stuff, we talk about that stuff too. So, but I appreciate you joining in, and being with me on this journey. I like the live aspect, in doing this, because it seems to me it's more honest. You'll hear me. And that, I make mistakes when I'm speaking, but that's what I would do if I was coming in your shop. I want this real. I want you to know that, I'm not trying to sell you something that doesn't work. I believe in all my years of doing this that these are absolutely the best products on the market, and I will put them directly up against anybody for doing anything in the automotive business and in the detailing world. You don't need all those products. You don't, it's confusing when I look at all that stuff. And I guarantee, we all have cabinets full of products that we never used. So I hope that this, it does answer some of these, issues. And, we'll do more and more of these videos. And, I know when we go into body shops and then they start to ask the questions, they're going to reinforce all the things that I'm talking about. My answer is not going to change. My answer is going to be the same way. You may not have heard it today. You may be on a different pathway, and I hope I answered that. But when you hear like a new issue, okay, well, I've got a new issue, and Tom's not addressing that. Hopefully, when I enter into, a body shop owner that's frustrated like me and just, sick and tired of this side of the business that you don't make any money on, and, you're asked to, do all these things that, some of the products that are out there do work really well. I'm not saying they don't, but are they a system? And do they only have 5 products? I guarantee you they don't. They have multiple SKUs of a whole bunch of different things. Now, why are they doing that? Well, you can kind of figure out why they're doing that. I hope that CSI is able to put enough of a dent in the market that we get rid of all this other nonsense. And I will say it again. Take all the compound. If it says compound, why is that in your body shop? Why? I mean, we have 2, 3, 4, 5,000 grit sandpaper. Why do you need compound? Why? It's just something else you need to buy, and CSI Ceramic will do everything that compound will do. Everything. It'll outcut it. It'll do it in direct sun. And it'll do it with absolutely no swirl marks. One single product. So, look at that. I mean, I hope that I throw out this gauntlet and these people go, oh, wow, no, I'm going to challenge him. Come on, challenge me. This is the trade that I grew up in, that people told me how to do things, and then I was frustrated. I go home in a little bit worse of a mood than maybe I should have, and, end up getting in an argument with my wife at the time, and who knows, if we can make life a little bit simpler, shouldn't we? Shouldn't we do that? I believe we should. I believe we should try and do that. So let's see. I do see a couple things here. Thanks, JR. You're too nice. I tell everyone to chuck the rest, Michelle. I tell everyone to chuck the rest. Yeah. So I know it's a tough message, but I don't do this to, I do it to sell product. I do. But I don't do this for fun. When I leave here, I want to get on my bike or go hang out with my friends and go down to Huntington Beach and do something that would be fun. Buffing cars and waxing cars, and no, that's not what I do for fun. That is, maybe there was a time when I did, when I was a little boy. Oh, wow, this will be fun. And, you call your buddies up and come on over to my dad's shop. And my dad's like, what are you doing that for? Why are you waxing his car? Oh, Dad, this is so much fun. He's got a black car. I just want to wax it. And, hours later, you're waxing. And so, you don't make no money. You're just doing it for free. And, they're your buddies. But you get tired of that after a while. There's other things that I want to do. And I love riding bicycles. I love it. I'm 62 years old, and this is how I stay in shape. I want to go as fast as I possibly can. I want to run down all those 21-year-olds and pass them. That doesn't always happen. But that's what I want to do, and that's fun for me. That is really, really fun for me. And I can't do that if I only do that a little bit. I got to do that a lot. But I know that you have fun things too. Going to your kids' baseball or football or soccer or whatever. Going, hanging out at a bar and meeting your friends. That, could be what you want to do. Going to the beach, walking the dog, other things. I want CSI to help you with that. I want CSI to help you with this whole process. So I'm not seeing any more questions here. Looks like, we got a lot of comments here, and these videos are getting a lot of traction. So I thank you for that. I will post this up on YouTube. And if you haven't liked this on YouTube, the algorithm changes the more people that we get on that. So please, like us on YouTube. You can make comments on YouTube, and I'll answer them there too. But, if you haven't liked us there and you are watching these things, go ahead and like us, hit that bell, and that way you get a reminder when we post new videos. And now we're doing at least one every week. I hope you like the Larry Wood video. That's getting so much traffic. That's our biggest video that we've gotten so far. I think we're at 1,000 hours already. The video was an hour and a half long, and in the last week, 1,000 hours have been spent watching that video. And he is totally fascinating. To listen to his story, I mean, he is a car nut. He builds cars. I mean, from the ground up, he builds cars. And he's 80 years old, and he's still doing it. He's still building cars. He just bought a Jaguar the other day, and he's going to hot rod an old Jaguar with his son, and they want to do it. So it's fun. It was just really, really fun to listen to him. I had a couple comments that I wanted to know about, but most of the time it was him. It was him just talking for an hour and a half long. So it was fun. And I do have some other people that I'm inviting here to talk to them on their take on the trade and what they're bringing to the table. And these will be fascinating people. These will be fun videos. To just, we're not talking about polish. We didn't really talk about polish much on Larry's video. And I don't want to, I want them to just come on to talk about the trade with all of us, so we can sit down and do that. So if there isn't anything else, I meant ride bike, sorry, fingered, oh, yeah, let's see what he was saying. You should ride a bike together. Oh yeah, Hans, yeah. All right. I do not polish my bike. Yeah, I don't. I should keep my bike cleaner. I have real nice road bikes and a really nice mountain bike. But I don't, I usually just get on it and go for a ride. But yeah, let's go for a ride. I mean, if you're anywhere near Anaheim, usually every other day I'm riding the river trail, from Anaheim to the beach and back, which is like 30 miles. So try and do that every other day just to keep the miles in, so that on the weekends I don't get stomped. But yeah, it's really fun to do. I just love it. You sweat bullets out there. So I'd love to go riding with you if you're anywhere around here. So all right, guys. I hope that this emulsion thing came out good. I do. There's still no separation. I mean, this thing, let's see if I can show this on here. Let's see, there's a lot of lag from my phone to this, but it's not oiling out. That's a nice emulsion. That'll go really nice on a hot dog or a hamburger. And I didn't touch it because, I got my hands all grubby here. But this is a great way to make mayonnaise. I think your friends would be blown away. This tool is cheap. Go to Walmart, get this wand, and there is a way. There's a special way. You will get separation if you don't do it right. Watch videos on how to make mayonnaise using one of these sticks, these mixing sticks. You got to hold it down. Hold it down. That's the key. Get the emulsion started. If you use a different kind of a mixer, like a food processor, you have to drizzle in the oil. Because if you try and pour all the oil in like I did, it'll 100% oil out. It'll totally explode and it won't work. It'll be a bad emulsion. Just like all the compounds and polishes we see that are separated. They're bad emulsions. But if you do it right, you'll get a really, really good, nice, tight emulsion. So, that's what this was all about. So I hope I was able to story tell that in a way that's relatable. And I really thank you guys for joining in on, these CSI Lives. So I'm going to check out. And again, if you need anything from me, you can call me anytime, 714-906-6619. Or you can get on here, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and contact me. And if you have a jobber that's considering or thinking about it, well, you can give them my phone number too. I'll talk to them, and we'll get them plugged in. We have lots of different programs for jobbers. We want to be there. We want to be in every single jobber store across the country. And again, we're online too. So. All these products are available all over. They're easy to get. So All right, guys. Thanks a lot for joining in, and I am checking out. Until next week. Bye.